Hey, Craig.
Let's get into some coffee talk.
Hey, I love it. I love doing some coffee talk.
Well, talk about what?
Dogs, daughters, whatever. It's coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Hey, Craig. This year I got some crazy growth goals for my agency, and actually I've been talking to a few other agents. They got some crazy growth goals. So can you tell me a little bit about what you're doing that's just crushing it in your agency right now?
Yeah, well, we're doing a lot of internet data leads through a company called EverQuote, and they're actually one of our sponsors.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, part of the Accelerated Growth Program, which includes having your own consultant that's going to go over your results, and it's positioned to make those leads cost less so that you have lower acquisition costs. It makes it totally doable.
Awesome. And so what has been your favorite parts about it so far?
I like the visibility into the results, and being able to compare what the numbers that they get on their side with the numbers that I get on my side, and seeing that they mesh up. So we know that the data is correct, and that we're actually in a cost per policy or cost per sale that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Cool.
They make it real easy to track. And you know what? Guess what? They gave us a deal to offer to all of the insurance dudes and dudettes out there.
Oh, I got to know about this.
Yeah, all you need to do is go to go.everquote.com/insurance dudes. That's go.everquote.com/insurance dudes.
And they give all the insurance dudes out there a killer price on this. So I'm signing up. Oh, I literally hurt my back when I was trying to get all amped up for coffee.
For coffee talk.
Talk.
We almost didn't do a coffee talk.
We weren't going to, and probably we shouldn't, considering we're going long on time, and we have to do the bumpers, dude.
Running on fumes. I have to be at my other office, which is about 25 minutes away in 22 minutes.
Yeah. And I have an interview coming in, which brings up a good point, right? That's what we're just talking about.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah. It's here I went complaining about, well, yeah, I wasn't really complaining. I was just talking about it because I just got the text from one of my guys who flipped out a little bit earlier because one of the softwares wasn't working.
That happens in insurance?
It's weird. So, something wasn't working. He had a meltdown because he's trying to close the business and he can't. It's the end of the month, all that. And then meanwhile, somebody else did something kooky. And, you can't control for these things.
Nope, you can't.
You told me what? You lost top producer?
Yeah. Like people are leaving for things that are out of my control, like things that are out of my control. Oh, it's just so funny. I just got a message that says that my interview coming in has been changed. Brings us back to the interview portion of this talk. So people, there's a couple of people that I'm losing that due to circumstances that are like moving and pregnancy and all kinds of stuff, right?
Right. Life happens.
Life happens.
And I mean, I think we talked to lots of agents on and off this thing. And one thing the thing you hear the most of is the complaining about the staff, right? Because it can be hard.
Right.
And no offense to any staff here. It's like, we're spinning a lot of balls up in the air or juggling a lot of balls or whatever it is. And, and trying to manage all of these different things. And so it would just be nice if this thing ran smoothly. But to your point earlier that I don't think we captured, it's not going to run smoothly.
It never will.
Right. The processes could run smoothly, but you're still going to have to bring people in and people are going to leave. Bring people in, people are going to leave.
So you better tighten up those processes. So knowing that, like my idea of the perfect agency is I would have an onboarding process that was lock solid, like so solid that, in less than 2 weeks, they are an expert. Just to every minute of every day, locked down. You'd have a hiring process where every week, no matter what, you do that, those interviews or whatever. I mean, literally all that stuff should just be ongoing. it can never end because it's guaranteed. I mean, what's your average? Well, what's the average span of a newer employee? What's the average?
It depends, man. It's tough. I mean, I think statistically it's like a 70% turnover in a year, right? You don't keep them. I mean, I think that as you tighten up processes and maybe pay higher, then you may have some longevity. I mean, there's some agents that have had the same people forever, but I think in an environment where you really need to grow and you need to write a lot of business and there's a lot of accountability to being on the phone all day and making doing 10 quoted households a day, like that's a grind.
Yep. And so I guess
they got to be paid, right? They, number one, first and foremost, if you're not paying them, I mean, I would think that it would be more attractive to go work at Chick-fil-A.
Right. Totally. Yep. I mean, and I think that, I mean, like, it's just one of those things that you have to have those processes in place to just keep it going.
Yeah.
Because you might have people that stay here and there a long time, but you're guaranteed to have some sort of turnover,
Yeah. Well, and I mean, if you're the business owner, then you want to be able to plug in and then unplug anytime, that you want. Right. I mean, that's the whole point of business ownership. And so if there isn't a tight process in place, what happens when you leave or you have something planned, you're going to go somewhere that's far away and, 2 people quit. If there's no process in place, all of a sudden you're handcuffed to that thing.
And it's having the proper expectations. Like that's what started this was you were talking about that. And I said, it's guaranteed to continue to happen. Like it's just, there's not going to be a point where it doesn't, you know what I mean? And I think some of us, especially in the insurance field, for some reason, we think that like, especially smaller agencies, like, okay, I don't have to worry about this. And then when they do leave or something like that, you're like shocked. And then you go into like survival mode. It's like, dude, why would you even think that this wasn't going to happen? And if you did have someone for a long time, it's not like, I can't believe they left. It's like, wow, like they stayed for a long time. That's the mindset it should be. Because
are you going to be grateful or are you going to complain? Right. I mean, let's be grateful. Yes. They squeezed you were able to get $250,000 in premium out of them.
Did you just say you squeezed them for
squeezed $250 in premium out of them? I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. What?
You're juicing your stack, man.
Got nothing left in these marbles over here. I mean,
he's pointing to his head.
Yeah, up here. Probably, never mind. It's probably consistent across the board and all the different kinds of marbles. I'm losing them clearly.
Funny, dude.
So, well,
I just think that clear expectations and always be, we talk about it all the time, but always keep those things.
Always be recruiting.
And go. That's it. So key. And you know what? Which brings us up to a good point. You and I have both been using somebody that we really, huge thankful shout out.
Are you talking about DW?
Yes.
Talking about Dave Williams over at Team Hired?
Team Hired, dude. And Tom Bianco, dude. Like awesome.
Yeah, Tommy B.
Awesome operation that they got going there. Talk about consistency. They work with you. I mean, when we don't have time and we can afford it, like, and their prices aren't bad at all, dude, just rock them. There's no reason. And they do it the right way. I mean, yeah.
I get, so I'll run the thing, have them all come. I did it, we talked about, I did it in November. I have another one set up for the first week of February here. So in a week or so. And if I can extract, there's already 25 people RSVP'd. If I can get 3 out of it, I mean, huge, right? And
who does that?
It costs a few grand or whatever it is, I don't even care, because at the end of the day, it's way less than the agony and pain of looking myself and I'm going to have a lot of candidates there. And yeah, it works.
I would almost say when it comes down to price, look at how much time you save, and they're going to work with you. So don't rule it out. Just see, like, give it a try. Like, call them up, reach out.
Yeah, Dave's
it's a game changer. Honestly, I've tried some other services that are expensive, and they're just expensive, and it's just like, what am I getting? But like, you're getting a lot with Team Hired.
Yeah,
huge shout out.
Olivia's awesome. The whole thing. Yeah, huge shout out to them. But I'm super stoked for the next one because I have 4 people still here that I got in November.
In one interview.
From one interview.
So that says everything.
Yeah, I bring them in, and then I give them the assessment. I'm going to give myself a plug. The sales strengths identifier after, just to test it, and then I do a one-on-one interview. So that's my process, right? But I'm paying to have the front end, which is the most difficult end, just handled. Because I'm still looking on Indeed, and I still fire off resumes. You know how many people I've gotten since November from the resumes that I go check and all that?
How many?
A goose egg.
So you got 0 from that. How many
0.
hours have you put in?
I do it when I do it as I'm checking my email in the morning. But
okay,
yeah, maybe, I don't know, probably 10, 20 minutes every morning. So add that up. It's a lot of wasted time. I could have
come up with a couple hours a week. 2 or 3 hours a week.
2 or 3 hours a week.
How many weeks have it been?
Tons, dozens.
Dude, it's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much. We all need to figure out ways to save our time. We're in an industry that everything sucks our time. We need to figure out ways to save our time.
Yeah, the God of minutes.
Save our sanity.
SOS.
And nothing else matters.
Ooh,
we're talking about a little Metallica.
Ow. Ooh. All right. Well, thank you guys, and thank you, Team Hired, and Dave Williams and Tom Bianco, and you know
that
what?
Wasn't even planned.
And you know what?
That's the best
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Mr. Craig.
I'm grateful for you. You're a good guy.
I'm grateful for you too, buddy. Couple of dudes sharing a moment.
There we
live
recorded, like Saturday Night Live.
See ya.
Jason, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up one of our sponsors, EverQuote.
Oh, tell me a little bit about them.
Well, I've been using them for a couple months, and I'll tell you that the results are delightful. It's been now a couple months, and over time, my cost per sale has dropped every single week.
That is awesome. Tell me, so you're on a specific program with them?
Yeah, it's called the Accelerated Growth Program, and this bad boy gets you a better deal on those leads, so way less expensive, and you get a consultant that's going to actually go over your results to make sure you're tracking properly.
And so you've been doing that for the last couple of months and consulting with them?
Yeah, and I see everybody complain about leads and this and that, and it's like, look, if you don't have a process to track and measure your results, then I can totally get it. You don't even know what your results are, right?
And you asked them to give all the insurance dudes and dudettes out there a killer deal on this, and they came through, didn't they?
They came through, and I know you're going to take advantage of it, but if they go to go.everquote.com/insurance dudes, that's go.everquote.com/insurance dudes, then guess what?
What?
Deal City.
I'm there.
Do it.
Hey, you've got to check out the Insurance Dudes Inner Circle, coming soon, where you get extended interviews as well as live coffee talks in our private Facebook group. Join the mailing list today at theinsurancedudespodcast.com. Hey, thanks for checking out the Insurance Dudes. Hey, please subscribe. We got some really great stuff coming out.